heard over the past several days a number of my Democratic colleagues in Congress bemoan and condemn, quote, vicious and reckless and personal attacks against judges. What they have called a, quote, unprecedented attack against the credibility and independence of the judiciary. And so if I understand their argument correctly, it is completely inappropriate. It is an absolute abuse of power to criticize, to malign, to attack judges. Now, if that's their argument, Mr. Gorsuch, I've got a question for you. What position do you currently hold?
I'm a judge on the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals.
And if the Senate were not to confirm you to the Supreme Court, what position would you continue to hold then?
One I happily enjoy now.
So if you are and will continue to be a federal judge on the Court of Appeals, it's interesting to assess how my Democratic colleagues have fared under their own test, that it is inappropriate, that it is offensive to somehow malign a federal judge. Former Speaker Nancy Pelosi said on national television, Judge Gorsuch is, quote, hostile to women's rights and holds radical views far outside the mainstream of American legal thought. She continued, quote, what saddens me the most as a mom and a grandmother is his hostility towards children in school, children with autism. She additionally went on to say, quote, if you breathe air, drink water, eat food, take medicine, or in any other way interact with the courts, if you care about that for your children, he's not your guy. It's interesting, given the Democrats are complaining about people criticizing federal judges. Senator Whitehouse on Monday said, quote, tellingly, big special interests and their front groups are spending millions of dollars in a dark money campaign to push your confirmation. They obviously think you will be worth their money. That also somehow falls short of the Democrats' complaints about criticisms directed at the judiciary. Indeed, Senator Hirono on Monday said, quote, you consistently choose corporations and powerful interests over people. Ideology over common sense, and indeed the purpose of the law. Senator Durbin, in case after case, you either dismissed or rejected efforts by workers and families to recognize their rights and defend their freedoms. Senator Franken, but if the past is prologue, then I fear that confirming you would guarantee more of the same from the Roberts courts. Decisions that continue to favor powerful corporate interest over the rights of average Americans. Tom Perez, the DNC chairman. Gorsuch on the Supreme Court is intolerable. Judge Gorsuch would discriminate against a majority of Americans from the bench. The chairman of the Democratic Party charging that a judge would discriminate. These are serious attacks. Many of them impugn your integrity directly. And yet, this is a confirmation hearing. The founders understood a confirmation hearing would be in the political arena. My colleagues, the Democrats, have a right to engage in whatever attacks they choose. But it's a little rich for them to be maligning a sitting federal judge and at the same time giving speeches about how unacceptable it is for anyone to criticize a federal judge. You can't have both at the same time. Now, I'm not going to ask you to respond to any of these attacks. I actually think these attacks speak for themselves. But I will ask you this. As a judge today, and as I believe a justice in short order, will you pledge to be faithful to the law and the Constitution and neither favor nor disfavor any litigant based on who they are?
I guarantee you no more, and I promise you no less.
That is precisely what we should expect of judges.